With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark.
How Caitlin Clark has taken the league by storm, leaving seasoned players like Aja Wilson in awe. This story isn't just about basketball, it's about the change one player can bring to an entire league.
University of Iowa.
The Las Vegas Aces recently made a major choice to move their game against the Indiana Fever to the T-Mobile Arena.
John and Jacqueline, you know it's a massive game when the venue gets upgraded from Michelob Ultra Arena to T-Mobile Arena, and it's still sold out. Fans filing in as we speak with their signs for...
This move boosted the sitting capacity from 12,000 to 18,000. Why? Because of Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin, a big Hawkeye fan base here in attendance. But as for the Aces, they are rolling right now, riding a 4-game win streak, and it's no coincidence.
The rookie star from the Fever has been drawing enormous attention and people wherever she goes.
Our Las Vegas Aces are calling T-Mobile Arena home this evening. The venue is completely sold out. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are back in town.
It is a hot ticket, and that's where we find Fox.
Tickets for this game are going like hotcakes. Prices are rising, with the smallest tickets costing $95 and some hitting over $1,000.
There's been so much talk this season about the young talent coming in this year. From your standpoint, Asia, what do you think's been the best part of this particular WNBA season thus far?
This is a sharp difference to the normal $20 ticket price for Aces games. Remarkably, ticket sales for this regular season game have doubled compared to the WNBA playoffs games held in Las Vegas.
The energy. I feel like the energy is good. It's a good vibe. It's a good feel. People are really just coming to see the product on the floor. I think it kind of a little too gossipy in the beginning.
Caitlin Clark's influence is not just limited to her excellent performance on the court. She's changing the WNBA, drawing more fans, more media attention, and more income.
But then it started to fizzle out because people started to realize we're really good at what we do. We're elite at what we do. So I love the energy now. Like, people are seeing good hoops, and that's what it's all about. We come out here and we work hard and we play basketball at a very high level.
Even Aja Wilson, the star of the Las Vegas Aces, has noted the oddity of such a shift, saying that WNBA teams rarely play in such big venues.
And people are believing in it, and they're trusting in it, and they're investing in it. So I think that's the energy that we're feeling right now.
You know, energy is a great word when you think about Las Vegas. I go there often, Asia, for work, and it's one of my favorite cities because of that energy.
The Caitlin Clark effect is real. It's not just the people who are noticing it, the players are too. They have a level of energy and attention that many have never seen before in the WNBA. And the most surprising part, this is just the beginning of Clark's time in the league.
You've now been there for 6 years. And I got to ask you about something that goes all the way back to October, I believe it was last year. You finally got to see Usher, his residency there in Las Vegas.
Imagine the possibility she holds for the future. This move to bigger stadiums isn't just happening in Las Vegas. Other teams are also moving their games to meet the growing number of fans wanting to see Clark in action. Her appearance is raising the image of the WNBA, bringing in new fans and making people pay attention like never before.
8,000 fans here, and a lot of them here to see you know who, the former Iowa player, now Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. Where are you from?
St. George, Utah.
The T-Mobile Arena, with its 18,000 seats, is nearly sold out for the game against the Indiana Fever.
Are you an Indiana Fever fan, an Iowa fan, or
where?
Both.
I watched it when I was in college in Boston, watched it was in Iowa.
And you're okay. You probably provided the fuel to get her here, huh?
Yeah.
This shows just how much of an effect Caitlin is making. She needs to play better.
Whoa. You came from Canada to...
Saskatchewan, Canada.
That's a long walk.
We drove 23 hours.
Whoa, hold on a second. To see, let me guess.
She's drawing record crowds, and it's not just in Las Vegas. Wherever the Fever plays, stadiums are filling up.
As the #1 draft pick for the WNBA this week as she signed on with Indiana, she made history this past year as college basketball's all-time leading scorer.
Clark's impact goes beyond just boosting ticket sales. She's driving up prices significantly.
She's already been selling out arenas this past year, and her team's national championship game drew in more viewers than the men's title game for the first time ever. Dallas Wings president and CEO Greg Bibb knew this, and he says
a normal Aces game might cost around $20 per ticket, but a game starring Clark is driving prices to rise.
Every ticket sales metric that you could imagine was established last year, and we will crush all of those high water marks this summer.
The excitement surrounding Clark's games is unusual in the WNBA's history.
Absolutely, that's amazing. Now, whatever you want to call it, Sunday's game is breaking records for WNBA ticket prices. The first two games between these two clubs were very close, very physical affairs.
Even ESPN has noticed a rise in the number of viewers when Clark plays.
One big focus for the Sky in today's game, fourth quarter ball movement and defensive execution. And there's ample room for improvement on that front.
For example, the Indiana Fever versus Phoenix Mercury game averaged 1.9 million watchers and peaked at 2.7 million. This is a 462% rise from the previous season. Clark is not just a player, she's an icon, a driver for the WNBA's growth.
Coming into the professional, and I just think her style of play resonates with the big basketball fan, the big game fan. Because in sports, as you know, Stephen A., you need household names.
Her ability to draw people and attention is proof of her charm and skill. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has praised Clark's part in improving the league.
There's rivalries and games of consequence, and obviously March Madness had all of that, and we're hoping certainly replicate it. Now we have a 40-game season, so not every game you might call a game of consequence, but we're really excited for what.
However, with all this fame comes huge pressure. Clark is not just a college star anymore. She's now at the center of attention in the WNBA.
For Kathy, I know it was two players, but you had Bird and Magic in 1979. Bird goes to Boston, Magic goes to LA. Highest rated college basketball game of all time. NBA was really struggling.
Every game is a test of her skills. The Las Vegas Aces, the current WNBA winners, have experienced and skilled players like Aja Wilson. How Clark tackles this level of competition will be important. Teams are creating special tactics to control her, and Clark will need to adjust.
Up by 3 at the half, she would come back in the second half. And again, Drea, she looked very good.
Yeah, great sign for Caitlin. Again, reading the defense well here with the hesitation and then exploding to the rim. I thought she did a much better job getting in the paint this game also.
Consistency is another problem. The WNBA season is long and grueling. Maintaining her excellent level of play throughout the season will be a major test for Clark.
Caitlin 1 and the Indiana Fever 2 because they are starting to play and know where she is on the floor. That drop-off pass from Erica Wheeler was beautiful.
And then she takes it strong there. She had 17 points.
Moreover, the race for Rookie of the Year adds another layer of pressure. Every game counts, and the battle is fierce.
Inbounding with one last chance, 11 seconds to go. Oh, and Aaliyah Boston just can't quite get it.
Despite these difficulties, Clark's effect on the game is clear.
Let me just say this. The Indiana Fever will be a problem. Maybe not this season, but in seasons to come. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell.
She's not just a bright newbie. She's a changing force. Professional women's basketball is getting a new boost from her appearance, which is bringing in high numbers and making news.
That dynamic duo, the speed that Kelsey Mitchell has on the floor, those two are a major threat. So I'm excited for what the Indiana Fever have brought to the game. Think about the first time they played the Connecticut Sun.
For sports fans, every game is a chance to see something amazing. Clark always amazes everyone, whether he's breaking a record or making a play that stops everyone in their tracks. The best part? This is just the start of her career. Clark is making new players, and fans want to follow in his footsteps. Fans all over the country are young women who see her rule the WNBA and think that they can do the same. There are limits to what she can do in women's basketball, and she's setting new standards.
She is that dynamic as a player, and Bird and Magic, same thing, say 50 years ago. How about that? Let me hear.
Absolutely. I mean, Bird Magic, I'm a big studier of history, a big rivalry coming out of college.
Clark's effect will only grow as she learns more and more as a professional player. The future of the WNBA looks bright with her in it. Not only do her efforts help her win games, but they also motivate fans and shift how people think about women's basketball. However, the road ahead has its challenges. The racism and prejudice within the WNBA are still widespread. Clark's successes are sometimes overwhelmed by unfair attacks. For instance, in talks about the Rookie of the Year award, some experts still need to name her despite her excellent performance.
Glue of the team, the mother hen as they've called her.
Caitlin Clark hits a three-pointer, and Clark makes history once again.
This attitude is sad and shows the problems Clark faces off the court.
No one in the history of the sport has hit more threes in a season than Clark has this year.
Despite this, she stays focused and lets her accomplishments speak for themselves. Her commitment to the game and her team is clear in every match she plays.
I'm pretty sure the only people that view this as a rivalry is all of you. Like, for us, like, it's just a game of basketball. Like, that's what it is, and if it's going to help move the game forward, absolutely. Like, that's amazing.
Clark's ability to handle pressure and criticism with ease is what sets her apart. She's not just playing for herself, she's playing for the fans, for her team, and the future of the WNBA. Her story is one of determination and success. As fans, we should enjoy her successes and continue to support her journey. The WNBA is changing, and players like Caitlin Clark are at the center of this change. Her influence is not just counted in points or assists, but in the motivation she gives to countless others. Even Aja Wilson, a seasoned player and a star in her own right, has voiced her surprise and respect for Clark. Wilson's praise speaks volumes about Clark's amazing ability and the respect she gets from her peers. It's not every day that a rookie garners such high praise from experienced stars.
Talent coming in this year. From your standpoint, Asia, what do you think's been the best part of this particular WNBA season thus far?
Wilson has been quoted saying that Clark's ability to draw such big groups and attention is unlike anything she's seen before. This praise from a top player in the league shows the big impact Clark is making. It's not just about her skills, it's about her power to change the game.
You know, there's no grudges, there's nothing like that. It's a sport, it's competitive. It's not gonna be nice all the time. That's not what basketball is, and I think people that play that at the highest level understand that.
Clark's flexibility on the floor is a key factor in her success. Whether it's her sharp shooting from beyond the line, her smooth passing, or her defensive ability, she brings a full package to the game. This diverse ability makes her a dangerous opponent and a joy to watch. Her work attitude is another feature that sets her apart. Clark's dedication to improving her game is obvious in every drill and every match. She's constantly looking for ways to enhance her performance and add more to her team's success. This devotion is what makes her a great player. Off the court, Clark is also making a difference. She's connecting with friends, joining in neighborhood events, and using her platform to inspire others. Her humility and approachability connect her to fans and make her a role model for young players everywhere.
Here's a fall through, looking to drive it again. Needs help this time. Flings it out. Clark open three is good.
Clark's road to the WNBA has been marked by hard work and determination. From her college days, where she made a name for herself with her excellent play, to her professional start, she's been a force to be reckoned with. Her rise to fame is a testament to her ability and drive. As the WNBA season progresses, all eyes will be on Clark to see how she continues to perform. The pressure is great, but if her past achievements are any sign, she's more than capable of rising to the moment. Her ability to stay focused and deliver under pressure will be important. Clark's presence in the league is also helpful for her partners. Playing alongside someone of her caliber improves everyone's level of play. Her teammates are inspired to match her energy and skill, leading to a more competitive and exciting game. Clark's public coverage is also a boon for the WNBA. Increased coverage means more exposure for the league and its stars. This can lead to more partnerships, better television deals, and eventually a stronger league. The greater interest also brings more investigation. Clark will have to manage the stresses of being in the news, facing media questions, and controlling her public image. It's a lot to handle for a young player, but Clark's age and poise suggest she's up to the job. Clark's ability to connect with people is one of her most charming traits. She knows the value of interacting with her fans and makes an effort to communicate with them. This link is what builds a loyal following and provides long-term support. As Clark continues to make news and break records, it's important to remember the wider effect she's having on the WNBA. She's not just a player, she's a leader, paving the way for future waves of female sports. Her impact goes beyond the court. She's pushing assumptions, breaking down barriers, and showing that women's basketball is just as exciting and tough as men's. This is a major change and one that will have long-term effects on the sport. For young girls watching her play, Clark is a source of motivation. She's proof that with hard work and commitment, they too can achieve their dreams. This motivation is perhaps her biggest gift to the game and society. So keep an eye on Caitlin Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Every game is a chance to watch history in the making. Subscribe to our feed for more information and stay tuned as we follow her amazing journey in the WNBA. With Caitlin Clark on the court, the WNBA will never be the same. Her story is just starting, and we can't wait to see what she accomplishes next.